Extra, extra, read all about it. Current events group, all are welcome.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another production of KLVW-TV. And today we're going to take a closer look at the current events group. I have sitting with me today all the current leaders, including myself, who will be talking about their role at the club, or it's not a club, it's a group, and maybe you'll get to know a little bit more about this. Let me introduce everybody. So this is Steve Leslie Randall, and behind me is Charlie Daza, Jody Nelson, and Rocco Gerasmo, right? Did I say it correct? I always get it wrong. I know how to do what it is. Okay, let me begin by saying, Steve,
yes,
you've been here the longest of the group of us. You want to tell us about your involvement?
Sure. Well, when my wife and I moved into the village in 2019, we've always been interested in what's going on, current events. When we heard about the group, and we heard that it was I guess it was slightly political, we decided to start attending. The original leader was a woman, Adele, what was the last
Schulman?
Adele Schulman. And the way Adele ran the group was that she would cut out newspaper articles and essentially, articles that she thought were interesting, whether it be political or whether it just be interesting. And and I personally, I thought that was great, because now that although the group, we had to stop during COVID, and then when COVID. When the COVID restrictions ended, Adele was not physically able to continue. So it was myself, Carol, and for a while Maureen DeStallo. The three of us started taking over, and we each have, and actually the four of us here, we each have a very different style of like moderating and presenting. I want to say I'm more old school, like Adele. I like to bring in articles, and I like the articles to be besides the current political topics. I like to try to find a lot of happy articles, because unfortunately these days a lot of the news is not that joyful.
Okay, thank you very much, Steve. I think you hit on a key thing. One is that you have your style, we each have our own individual style, and I think that's one of the advantages we have right now with five of us, is that we can present a lot of different styles. And there's no question, if you know anything about media literacy, we all live in our own little media worlds, for sure. And when we come to making the presentation, Adele clipped articles she thought were important, you clip articles, we all read different articles we think are important. We're all editing for your benefit. So I think it benefits the group to have more than one presenter and different styles. So let me see, who came next? I don't know. Charlie, I think you were the next person here. You want...
Sure, no problem.
Talk loudly, though.
I hope that you guys can hear me.
You don't worry about just talk to me or.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
They gave me a thumbs up, which is good. My name is Charlie Dazzo. I'm a retired school history teacher from Staten Island, New York. And I'm here about 3 years at the Village, which I enjoy being here. It's great. And it's some wonderful people that you meet. But in this particular club, being that I was a current events history teacher, I enjoy being here and discussing differences of opinions and feelings with our colleagues over here. And most important, everybody must respect one another.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So,
That's great. Okay, let's start out on the end and then I'll get to you, Jody. Rocco.
My name is Rocco D'Erasmo. Me and my wife, Joanne, moved to Leisure Village 6 years ago. And I've always loved current events since I was in high school. And I joined the group because of that reason. And I believe everyone's opinion is very important. And I think that's what we get at current events. It is very interesting, sometimes a little bit too interesting. But we give our opinions and we keep up to date with the current events.
Okay. And Jody, what brought you to the group and what would you like to say?
Well, my husband and I moved here to the Village in 2014, so I think I've been here the longest of everyone. But I work full-time, and so I didn't have an opportunity to really partake in a lot of the activities and clubs and meetings and things that are offered during the day. But someone mentioned to me, after the 2024 election, this group, Current Events, and brought me to the meetings. And I just felt like I found a safe place, a place where we had different opinions, different positions on current events, but where everyone's opinion was heard and respected. And I thought that was such a wonderful, just a wonderful place, like almost a sanctuary. Because right now I feel like politically, we kind of sit, we're separated. It's very tribal. It's very polarized, and yet Charlie and I don't always agree, but yet we can find, I think, things that we have in common, right? We know that we're never going to really change each other's positions or their opinions, but to be able to share an exchange of ideas in a very respectful way, I think is so important. And I think it's important to look at all levels of current events, not just what's happening on the national in the national arena, but what's happening locally, what's happening here in our community, what happens here within the township, what is happening at the state level, because it's all connected. And we do try to find the silver lining as often as possible. It can be challenging, but I think that we all strive to do that.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we all prepare, I think, all of us, some sort of silver lining topics to cover.
Yes.
Just to get us past some of the rough spots every once in a while. We do get carried away, I think, at times, trying to make our point of view, and what happens then?
What happens then when we get carried away with trying to make, well, I think that if it's guided correctly in a very safe manner, everyone gets that opportunity to voice their opinion.
Right.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
But we do. We kind of get carried away. I know comments are made and my hand goes up very quickly because, we react. But I think that as moderators, at least my style is, I want people to pause before responding. I want responses, not reactions. I want us to all kind of reflect
Correct.
on what's being discussed and just kind of dig a little deeper in that thought process. And for
I agree with that. Sometimes, instead of opinions, we start debating on things. And that's where sometimes it may get out of control, okay? And we do have rules that we set, that you must raise your hand,
Right.
be stated.
I think we do try and set the tone ahead of time about what the rules of conversation will be. It's not that we want to stifle any conversation. We just want to make sure everybody gets a fair chance and that we have a chance to hear every individual. And that's hard.
well, and I think too the fact that, kind of going along with the guidelines of the group discussions, we don't address each other individually. We speak to the group.
Correct.
And that kind of takes out, I think, a little bit of that the debate feeling. That it's not me against you or my opinion, in contrast to yours, but this is my opinion to the group.
Right. And so, let's see, you came in 2014?
2019.
2019. I came in 2014.
Same as I moved.
Yeah, same time you moved to the village, and that's when I moved to the village. I got involved because I was, before I moved here, working with some seniors who said to me, just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have a right to withdraw from life and,
I love that.
and your understanding of what's going on. And
Always great to keep active.
yeah, so I thought, okay, this is something I can do, and it's within, I don't have any special gift or talent, so to speak, but it was something I could do, I could read about, I could understand, and I could talk to somebody about what I was reading. So.
You're a very good organizer, you and Steve.
You think so?
Look at the results of these meetings, this club.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it organized and let everybody speak, and trying to have different opinions in the group. I think that's a different perspective on life, and that's the important thing. And that's why I'm so happy now that we have 5 of us, because it does present more diverse.
I do have to say that over time, the group has really grown.
Yes.
I can remember back, I guess, after COVID, where some of the meetings we'd have 5 or 6 people, regularly attending the meeting. Now we have, on a regular basis, usually close to 20. I do have a list of regular attendees, and I think my list is up to about 35.
Wow.
But we are open to anyone and everyone of any thought.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we do not discriminate. We try to hear everyone's opinions, and that's the one thing I really enjoy, because I get to hear and see opinions that are different from mine. Things I've never really thought about.
Yeah, that's a good point. The growth of the group and the health of the conversation, even though they do get a little strong, we have to control that, but we do. When I first started going, we would have 6 or 8 people.
Yep.
And that was that. So that's how the rules of conversation and for the group have evolved because we have to. It's like a teacher in a classroom. You, you raise your hand and I will call on you when I'm ready to, that kind of thing. It's, and one of the things that I am happy about, and I can't remember who decided to do it, I think it was one of our members, was we have nameplates for everybody. You can see those in the B-roll, and that helps us feel connected to somebody, even if they're brand new. We know their name and they're not lost, and then if they come back a second time, we really remember. But sometimes people just want to try it out, and you're free to do that.
Yeah.
There is no membership fee. There is no requirement for attendance. You can come one time and miss another meeting. So, the group will change a little bit from meeting to meeting. There are people who do come pretty regularly. We even have snowbirds.
Yes.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, we do have
Who have just
several
arrived home.
several active snowbirds.
You know what's interesting? There's people that come that are from all different types of life experiences and interests, and that is really very interesting to me because we have college professors, we have history professors, we have people in the health industry, we have people in retail. It's very, very interesting because people's opinions are very, very important, and we get plenty of people's opinions at our meetings.
Well, I think the variety of background, and there's always a number of people that stand around after the meeting just to have a conversation with each other.
Yes.
And I think that's a very important thing that happens, is that...
And to your point, a lot of the times I will see people of very differing opinions after the meeting, just discussing.
Right.
And that they are discussing on a very sensible. There's no yelling, but
there's very little yelling,
but
really.
there's the sharing of opinions, the sharing of experiences. As Rocco said, everyone is so diverse. That's one of the things I really enjoy.
Yeah, and when I go to other meetings, I don't always get to know the people in the same way. You go to the meeting, you follow the agenda, you go and you watch the performance or whatever they're having at the beginning, but you don't really converse with each other so much. And this way you get to know people and converse with them a little more.
Because we're very vulnerable with each other, right?
Yeah.
I think that's very important.
So,
As long as everybody respects. That's the most important thing in this type of meeting.
yeah, I think that we do try and stress that, have respect for your fellow residents and their opinions.
Especially now with the elections coming up, it's going to bring a lot of arguments, disagreements.
Yeah.
There will be an election.
Rocco, did you want to say something?
I really, we really should stick on current events. Election are part of current events, but there's so many other things that are happening that are
Right.
just not about politics or elections. There's so much happening and so many positive things that are happening, and unfortunately, only negative things are the things that get the most news today.
And
To
that,
me, that's an unfortunate thing.
that's a problem with media, in that they're looking for the most negative stuff. And we all know that all those murders and trials and thieves and all that sort of stuff are really banner headlines, and we don't ever talk about any of that stuff. I think one time we talked about the problems of corner of Route 70 and 571.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think that's the nice thing about the group too. We never know what topic the group is going to kind of embrace and continue and elaborate on. And, you know, as a moderator, it's always interesting to me where I kind of think, oh, this is just going to be a little icebreaker topic. We'll talk about it and move on, segue to something else. And half an hour later, we're still discussing this topic. And I'm like, okay. You know, so I think as moderators, we're all very good at letting the group really direct where the conversations go.
yeah,
That's true.
You know.
That's very true.
when I first joined the group, it was only meeting once a month.
Oh, that's not enough. I want to do every week.
We're not moving up
No,
anymore. But it once a month, it did not satisfy people. There were too many things that happened during the month, and we just really didn't get a chance to explore anything.
And events change so quickly right now, especially, let's say, on the national level. What is news on Monday is old news on Monday afternoon. You know, Monday morning to Monday afternoon. There are 5 different things have already happened. So yeah, I think twice a month is sometimes stretching it too.
Yeah.
And given what you just said, I know when I prepare to moderate, Monday morning, I'm searching through the news. What happened last night? What happened this morning? So that I
It's in
can
contradiction to what I just prepared.
You know, and then actually, many times during the meeting, you know, I'll get some sort of news feed on my phone about something that's happening because our meetings on Mondays, the first and third Monday of the month at 2 p.m. And there's news happening that morning or that afternoon.
And we do have people that are active on their phones checking things. Which is good because sometimes we have questions about facts and they look them up for us too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, the phone comes in handy at the right time.
but you cannot leave it on, you know, you have to silence it.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And some people just don't have the technology and they say, how do I do that? You know?
But we were having the discussion about technology and how the immediateness of gaining information. And even though my phone was out, I remember I had it sitting on the table and it picked up something I said, and all of a sudden my phone announced that it was calling 911. Like, oh no, shut that off. So,
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think we've pretty much covered the group. I want to thank each of you for taking the time to come in this morning. And
It's our pleasure.
I would like to, do you have any final comments, anybody?
No,
No?
fine. I'm fine. I think I just enjoyed the conversations with everybody that comes to our group. That's, you know, it's just an enjoyable day.
I talk to everyone in the community, anyone I encounter. I was at the pool yesterday and I was talking to people about current events in the pool. I want you all to come. I think it's like, and if you have been a participant in the past and left for whatever reasons, come back. Keep coming.
Yeah.
Keep coming. I love how we're seeing the group grow and expand, and people are bringing new ideas into the discussion. So please join us and
Okay.
come back.
I'm looking forward to Bill today to, or in Rocco, to run the show.
Yeah, that's it today.
Today is my day.
Well,
Today is my day to moderate.
yeah.
Excellent job.
Well, we all have our days. I know when I have my day of prep, my time of prep, I start looking the day after the meeting, and I have 2 weeks to prepare, and I say, nothing can happen after Saturday. How? Because the Sunday paper is always full of interesting things. But, you know, I try. Okay. Steve?
I mean, when I'm preparing to moderate, as Carol said, I'll be scrounging through newspapers, articles, but if I know I'm just going to be just going to sit there, I don't pay that much attention to all the news, because sometimes it can get so depressing.
Yeah, it can get overwhelming.
Yeah. And so when I come in, when I come into the meeting, and if I haven't been preparing, I'm learning a lot. That's a thing I really enjoy.
Yeah, you do learn. Well, I want to thank you all again, and I want to thank our viewers for watching. And we hope you will come back to KLVW-TV and learn more about more activities within the community. Thank you.